Hello, and welcome to the Doman Baby course. On behalf of the Doman Learning team and the entire Doman family, we want to welcome you to this course that we believe will make a lifelong difference in the life of your child. Let me start by introducing myself. My name is Spencer Doman. I'm a co-founder of Doman Learning, and I have over 15 years of experience teaching parents from around the world about early childhood development and education. I'm the grandson of the late, great Glenn Doman, who was the pioneer in the field of early child brain development. I'm going to be your primary teacher during this course, but I'm going to be joined by my parents, Douglas and Rosalind Doman. They are the two world leading experts in early child mobility development, and we'll be teaching the classes about how to help your child learn to move and use their hands as early as possible in their development. My dad, Douglas, has literally written the book on early child mobility development. It's called Fit Baby, Smart Baby, Your Baby. And both of them have over 40 years of experience teaching parents from over 80 countries about mobility development in their children. I also want to say that everything that we're going to teach you about in this course, my parents, Douglas and Rosalind, have the personal experience of doing with their own children as parents. And being one of their children, I was fortunate enough to receive this Doman Method program at home from the moment I was born. So you're learning it from teachers who have both experienced it and who have taught it to parents for decades. I think you're going to find this course incredibly interesting and enjoyable, and perhaps the most consequential in the life of your child. So let's start by talking about who is this course for? Well, first, for any proactive parents who are expecting a child. Very often parents will come to us and mom is pregnant and they're getting ready for a baby. And so this course provides you with a program to begin when your child is born. Next, this is a course for proactive parents who have a baby who's younger than 6 months in age. We're really going to be focusing on the first months of life in this course and talking about what kinds of stimulation and opportunity you should be giving your baby during that time. Third, this is a course for parents who are interested in early sensory learning and motor skills in order to raise a child who is curious, bright, and healthy, and who has a love of learning. Let me talk for a second about what is included in this course so you know what to expect. First, you're going to learn everything you need to know about how to develop early sensory awareness and motor skills. So we're going to talk about how do you improve a child's sight, ability to hear, their ability to feel, and also motor skills like how to help your child learn to move as quickly as possible and use their hands well. We're going to be showing you videos demonstrating about how babies can learn and move at such a young age. These videos recorded with moms and dads doing the Doman Method and their children will be incredibly helpful for you so you know what the program should look like. We're going to be providing you with our recommended list of materials and equipment for the Doman Method so you can have as much success as possible. And last but not least, we're going to be answering your questions and getting your baby to learn some amazing early skills in life, like learning to read and doing mathematics. I'd like to finish off by talking for a second about the Doman philosophy, and you're going to see this incorporated in everything that we teach you in this course. Well, first and foremost, we believe and know from our experience that you, the parent, are the best teacher for your child. Children will learn more from their parents than any other person in life. I remember in my first course in my master's degree in early childhood education, our professor taught us, no matter how good an educator you are, each of your students' most important teacher is their parents. And so we know at Doman Learning, by empowering you with knowledge and tools, it's going to make the biggest difference for your child. The next part of our philosophy is that the first 3 years of life are the most important for brain development. This is well established in the science of the brain, that the first years of life are the most critical for brain growth and development. And it's during this time that our brain cells are making the most connections. And so by providing children with early stimulation and lots of opportunity, it helps their brain grow faster and function even better. The next part of our philosophy, which goes back 70 years now, is that the brain grows by use. In other words, the more we use our brains to solve problems and meet challenges, the faster the brain will develop. All of this work began with my grandfather, Glenn Doman, who the Doman Method is named after, and he was famous for saying, the brain is the only container that the more you put into it, the more it can hold. So the more information you give your child, the easier learning will become for them. And that's what this course is all about. And we really want to say, we're going to teach you a lot of things in this course, but it's very important that as a parent, you only do the parts of the program that you will enjoy doing, that you feel are right and safe for your child. A part of the Doman philosophy is trusting our parents to make the best decisions for their children. And during this course, we're going to teach you to do many things. And even if you do 1/10 of what we teach you, it'll make a lifelong difference for your child. So pick the things that you feel will be fun and joyous with your child and do those. Let me talk for a second about what the Doman Baby program is. Well, first and foremost, we're going to be doing this program of early stimulation, so that you can build a deep and meaningful connection with your child. Many parents who have used our Doman Method program in the past will tell us that some of their best memories as moms and dads were doing these programs with their children and doing these activities in a shared way with their child. Next, we're working to instill a lifelong love of learning and curiosity. We find children that get an early start are often not just smart, but very curious to learn about the world around them. And that is a wonderful part of their character as they grow up. Next, this program gives you the opportunity to give your baby a strong foundation for success by creating an environment that encourages learning, movement, and growth. Many parents feel that this program is a part of a culture in their family to encourage and foster learning and a lifelong curiosity and desire to learn information. And this program also is very important for helping a child hit those essential early milestones and reduce the risk of developmental delays. Even though this course is not about developmental delays, it is important for me to say that today, 1 in 14 children are born with some kind of developmental delay. And so the more stimulation we can give to them and the more help we can provide them to reach those early milestones, the less likely they are to get a diagnosis with a developmental delay. And so it's another benefit of doing this program. Well, that's the introduction to the course. In the next class, we're going to be talking about how do you develop your child's vision and eyesight, and I think you're going to love this entire course.